Hey, it's Friday and it's the end of the week, and I've had a massive week and had a really good week with some really great results. And I wanted to talk to you today about content. I've been creating lots of content lately, and if you're a web designer and you want to get more leads, but more qualified leads who really are ready to speak to you on the phone, who know, like, and trust you before you even know them, then what you have to do is create content. And content that sells websites and that sells you. I want to give you this thought that I've had all week as I'm creating content, as I'm consulting to other web designers on how they should create content, and how I was dealing with some general other clients as well. And I thought that, when you create content, so many people think of content as just creating lots of content. If you think about Gary Vee, he is the master of creating content. He creates probably 70 pieces of content a day, and he pushes it out there. He's got a whole team doing it. And but he has a real strategy around the content that he produces. Now, you as a web designer, you can't produce 70 pieces of content a day. You just can't. You can produce lots of content, but maybe not 70. But I don't even care about the quantity you produce. What I care about is, does that content lead someone to the next stage in the sales process for you? And so what I really believe in is creating content that has purpose, purposeful content. So let's just write that down, purposeful content. And let me show you what purposeful content is. You create a piece of content here, okay? But that content needs to have purpose. The reason you create it is to lead someone to what we might call an appointment with you, okay? And we need to have a direct line between the piece of content that you create and the appointment, where they book an appointment with you and they know, like, and trust you, and they're ready to speak about how you can build their website. But the reality is, most of you don't create content, and that's problematic, because I've won so many clients lately through my content. Like, I've connected with them some way through Facebook ads or a Facebook message or my group or a connection on LinkedIn, and through that they've seen lots of my content, and then they book an appointment with me, and I have done nothing more than just make that connection. And the content has created the authority for me, but the content that I create is very, very purposeful. I do not create content that is just fluff, that is just there for content's sake. Every piece of content I create is there to lead them to an appointment. And so you want to have a direct path. Now, if you do start creating content, this is what's probably going to happen to you. You're going to create content that takes people all around the world, takes them here, there, and everywhere, all around here. It really has no direction and probably never leads to an appointment. And that's problematic, because if you create one piece of content a week and it doesn't lead to an appointment, you've just wasted your time. Yes, you feel good, you feel like you're the next Gary Vee, you feel like you're making a difference, but you're not. You're not making a difference, because the difference that you make is when you help someone solve a problem. And when your website solves a problem for them. And if they're not buying your website, if people who come across your content don't lead to a website sale, then you can't help them. And if you can't help them, you don't get the result that you can get for them. Therefore, your content is pretty purposeless. But what you need to do is create content that leads directly to the appointment, directly to the sale, for two reasons. One, for you, so you can grow your business. And number two, for the client, so they can get the result that you know that you can get for them. And so I want to encourage you to create content, but don't just create lots of content, purposeless content, but purposeful content. Every piece of content that you create should lead some way to an appointment with you, so you can move them along your sales process. So let me clarify. When I say lead, it's what you say in the video that leads. It's the initial topic. So the topic you choose has to lead to an appointment. And how do you do that? It has to focus on a pain point. And then it'll lead to an appointment, okay? When you create a topic and you find the pain point that relates to it. You then need to build the pain or stretch the gap between where they are now and where they need to be. And the next logical step when someone feels that is they want to resolve that. So is your content doing that? Are you doing that with your content, or are you just saying, hey, here's 3 tips for Elementor. Here's 6 themes that you can use for your next website. What? You're a website builder. Why would you tell the client about 6 themes? They should come to you and you should be the consultant, right? Like talking about the tool set and Elementor. If you're a web designer selling websites, why does the client need to know about that? What you're doing there is building content for other web designers. And that's purposeless. Purposeful is talking about the problems and pain points of your prospect and crafting content that leads them to an appointment. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So my challenge for you is over the next few weeks, create purposeful content that actually leads a client to an appointment. So if you are listening to me and you're like, Marlon, that's pretty good. I like what you say. I think I should start doing that. I have no idea how to do it. Okay, so if you have no idea, I want to challenge you to book a 15-minute strategy call with me. Actually, I call it a scale session. And the scale session is basically where we look at your business and we pick 3 roadblocks stopping you from getting you to where you need to be, and then 3 things you can do to help get you there in the next 30 to 60 days. And that's it. Now, some of you will, after that meeting, say, Marlon, how could you help me? A small percentage. And I'll book another meeting in to discuss that. But this meeting is not about me, it's about you. So I want to encourage you, book it in. You'll get lots of value out of it. I look forward to speaking to you soon.